539 BC, King Cyrus the Great of Persia marches into Babylon, freeing Jewish captives and allowing them to return home. In 1268, Conradin, the last legitimate male heir of the German Hohenstaufen dynasty of kings and Holy Roman emperors, is executed with Frederick I, Margrave of Baden by Charles I of Sicily. In 1390, first trial for witchcraft in Paris. In 1552, Tsar Ivan Roman IV returned to Moscow after conquering the Khanate of Kazan in the Siege of Kazan. In 1591, Giovanni A. Facintio is elected as Pope Innocent Roman IX. Walter Raleigh executed 1618. English adventurer, writer, and courtier Walter Raleigh is beheaded for allegedly conspiring against King James I of England. In 1665, Battle of Mbuíra-Ambler, Portuguese forces defeat the Kingdom of Congo and decapitate King Antonio I of Congo, also known as Nvitra or Nkanger. Integral calculus 1675, Gottfried Wilhelm Leibniz makes the first use of the long S for integral, helping to develop integral and differential calculus. Penn lands in Pennsylvania 1682, William Penn lands at what is now Chester, Pennsylvania. In 1692, Special Court of Oyer and Terminer convened for Salem witch trials, dissolved by the Governor of Massachusetts Bay Colony I. In 1709, England and the Netherlands signed the Anti-French First Barrier Treaty Barrier Tractate. In 1727, severe earthquake in New England. Don Giovanni 1787, opera Don Giovanni, with music by Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart and a libretto by Lorenzo da Ponte, premieres at the National Theatre of Bohemia in Prague. In 1792, Mount Hood in Oregon is named after the British naval officer Alexander Arthur Hood by Lt. William E. Broughton, who spotted the mountain near the mouth of the Willamette River. In 1794, French troops occupy Venlo, modern southeast Netherlands. In 1811, first Ohio River steamboat leaves Pittsburgh for New Orleans. In 1814, first steam-powered warship, Demologos, is launched in New York for the U.S. Navy. In 1833, first U.S. college fraternity to have a fraternity house is founded. In 1859, Spain declares war on Morocco. In 1863, International Committee of Red Cross forms. As result, Geneva held Conference Nobel 1917, 1944, 1963. In 1864, Greek Parliament accepts new constitution. In 1867, mail packets Rhone and Wye capsize off St. Thomas, Virgin Islands. In 1872, J.S. Riston of Genoa, Illinois, patents the metal windmill. In 1881, Judge U.S. Magazine first published. In 1886, the first Hecate parade marking the dedication of the Statue of Liberty is held in New York City. In 1889, Queen Victoria grants Cecil Rhodes right to Zambezia. In 1889, Stanley Park dedicated in Vancouver, British Columbia. In 1894, first election of Hawaiian Republic. In 1901, in Amherst, Massachusetts, nurse Jane Topan is arrested for murdering the Davis family of Boston with an overdose of morphine. In 1904, first intercity trucking service, Colorado City and Snyder, Texas. In 1905, NARMA chief Hendrik Whitby fatally injured fighting for independence against German colonists near Valgars, modern Namibia. In 1910, Hamilton running back kicker Ben Simpson lands CFL record 11 singles in Tigers' 14-7 win over Montreal at Montreal AA grounds. In 1913, floods in El Salvador kill thousands. In 1914, Turkish warships stormed the Black Sea. Aristide Briand returns. 1915, Aristide Briand becomes Prime Minister of France for the third time. In 1918, German sailors refused to obey orders to fight British naval forces and lead a revolt in the naval ports of Wilhelmshaven, beginning the German Revolution. In 1920, Ed Barrow is appointed General Manager of the New York Yankees. In 1921, the Link River Dam, a part of the Klamath Reclamation Project, is completed in Northern California and Oregon. Mussolini appointed P.M. 1922, Italian King Victor Emmanuel Roman III appoints Benito Mussolini il Duce as Prime Minister of Italy. In 1923, Army move SPD-KPD government to German part of Saxony. In 1923, Gibbs, Gray and Wood S review Runnin' Wild introducing the Charleston Opens on Broadway, New York City. In 1923, Mustafa Kemal officially confirms Turkey as a republic Turkey Cumhuriyeti, now commemorated annually as the Republic Day of Turkey. In 1923, textile strike against lower wages begins in Enschede, Netherlands. UK general election 1924, Labour minority government loses British parliamentary election to Conservatives led by Stanley Baldwin. In 1924, musical revue Dixie to Broadway opens at Broadhurst Theatre. In 1929, stock market crash on Wall Street, known as Black Tuesday, triggers the Great Depression. In 1930, first Eastern Canada night Canadian football game, Oshawa vs. Toronto Barmy Beach. In 1931, Lefty Grove is named the American League's MVP after winning 31 games for the Philadelphia Athletics. In 1932, French liner Normandia is launched. ULL Have to Swing. In 1936, Ella Fitzgerald and the Chick Webb Orchestra record If You Can Sing It ULL Have to Swing It Mr. Paganini. It becomes a staple in her repertoire as a launching point for scat vocals. In 1939, Golden Gate International Exposition closes for the first time. In 1939, NHL Bade Sabret Memorial Game, All Stars beat Montreal 5-3. In 1940, Secretary of War Henry L. Stimson draws the first number, 158, in the first peacetime military draft in U.S. history. In 1942, Branch Rickey is named President and General Manager of Brooklyn Dodgers. In 1940, two Nazis murder 16,000 Jews in Pinsk, Soviet Union. In 1942, seventh day of the Battle of El Alamein, Montgomery assault. In 1942, the Alaska Highway is completed. In 1943, three Allied officers escape from Camp Stalag Luft III. In 1944, 1st Polish Armoured Division liberates Breda, Netherlands. In 1944, the 2nd Canadian Infantry Division, with the help of multiple Allied units, frees goes on South Beveland. In 1945,